Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on chapter 3, Nectar of Devotion. So today is a auspicious day, fantastic day. On 18th June 2025, we have gathered here, Wednesday. Wednesday, we gathered here to continue our discussion on Nectar of Devotion. Okay. So last Monday, we had a very good discussion. So today, we're going to continue. I hope that every one of you are really benefiting from this session. Okay. Because this is very important. Nectar of Devotion, as I said, it is what they call the Bible of devotional service. The Bible of devotional service, where it goes straight to the point of varieties of devotional service and step by step. So initially we started off with Nectar of Instruction. The Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami is giving instruction. What are the things, do's and don'ts in in becoming successful in bhakti? Then after that, we studied on the commentary on a further commentary on Nectar of Instruction that is called Bhakti Aloka and by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We have done that. Then after that, we also went further and studied this Nectar of, Harinam Chintamani, the nectarian chanting of the holy name, also by His Holiness, what they call Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay. So after we going through all these things, we understand that first we take the instruction, what are the do's and don'ts. Secondly, the further elaboration on do's and don'ts. Then the beauty of holy name. Then now we are studying Nectar of Devotion. So how we should go into that detail in devotional service? Because we all have a goal that we all want to be a pure devotee of Krishna. Because we have taken birth here in so many lifetime. So now why not we attempt. So in life, everything has to set our goals. We have to set our goals. Even in our normal life also we set our goals. Okay. We want to do this, we want to achieve that,
இல்ல
whatever.
பிரபு கொஞ்ச நேரம் கதை அடிப்பார் 10 நிமிஷம் 12 நிமிஷம் அதனால
என்னது Suvarnakanti. Okay. So என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன்? So we all want to achieve success in sadhana bhakti, and how to do it is, that's the thing. Okay. So we are under the discussion on there's 3 types of bhakti. One is sadhana bhakti, second is bhava, third is prema. And under sadhana there is 2 division. All right. Vaidhi sadhana and raga nuga sadhana. Okay, now we are still discussing on Vaidhi sadhana. So I hope that you all have taken notes, and I hope that you are going through this book very detailed, because Nectar of Devotion is very, very, very important book. Very important. Because when you want to become a devotee, this is the guidebook how to become a pure devotee of Sri Krishna. So the Nectar of Devotion was spoken by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramakeli to Srila Rupa Goswami. After the instruction, he gave him a 10 days instruction, and that 10 days instruction is compiled under these teachings of Lord Chaitanya. But then after that, Rupa Goswami went further. He went and get all the evidence from the Shastras. He went through everything, scrutinizing. He studied the entire Shastra and start to quote what all the Shastras are mentioning of achieving pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. All right. And of course, we also understand that we cannot approach Krishna directly. There's no way. There's no way. We have to approach Krishna through his pure devotees. So we have to surrender to a guru, and we also discuss the importance of having a guru. There's 2 things that Krishna is covered. One is Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. Okay. Mahamaya, it is what they call, it is the Maya that we are having. She has many names. She has name like Kumari, Kaniga Kumari, then what they call Durga, and all these kind of names. There's many names. At the same time, that is the one that actually binds us in this material world. And secondly, we have Yoga Maya, who is a spiritual energy of Sri Krishna. Okay. And Yoga Maya is none other than what they call Subhadra. Okay. So we have to go through this agency in order to achieve Krishna. Okay. The ultimate approver of our application is by Srimati Radharani. So in Nectar of Devotion is basically, if you really look at it, devotion we can call bhakti. In bhakti, there's many kind. One is Vaya Bhakti and second is Prema Bhakti. All right. Vaya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, there are divisions, right? So the usual thing, especially as an Indian, okay, is naturally that we are all fall under Vaya Bhakti. பயந்துகிட்டு பக்தி செய்யறது. Oh, Purumale, பயந்துகிட்டு பக்தி செய்யறது. That is a natural. But now, but when you look at like North Indians, they are more into like Bhava Bhakti. Anything. Even when they do Durga Puja, whether they do Ganesh Puja, they always dance. Okay, they love dancing because they become very ecstatic. So so when you look at all these kind of varieties of bhakti, but what kind of bhakti that we want to achieve? Okay, we are above Vaya Bhakti. All right, we have no fear for God. We only have love for God. Okay, then in order to serve the God, and we all want to be a servant of God. Like the day, but we the day there's one devotee was talking to me, we are Kita Summa Hamba Krishna, a Chinese devotee. She was telling Kita Summa Hamba Krishna. Hamba means what? Slave. Please do understand, we are not a slave to God. We do not worship God as a slave, but we worship God as a. Then I told her, kita bukan sembahyang kepada Krishna sebagai seorang hamba. Kita sembahyang kepada Krishna sebagai kekasih. We all lovers of Krishna, kekasih Krishna. All right. So in order to start from there, we have to start from sadhana bhakti. Then after we perfected our sadhana bhakti, we go into bhava. Then after we perfected bhava, we go into prema. All right. So this nectar of devotion is basically dovetailing to how that we can become a good devotee of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani. That's why here it is scientifically presented. And of course, Srila Prabhupada, our glorious Prabhupada, what he did, he gave us summary. Summary in the sense he didn't put in the verses. When you look at the Nectar of Devotion, there's no verses. But of course, there's a devotee put the verses and Prabhupada's purport. Okay, to further enhance our reading. All right. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. We worship our spiritual master and all the Guru Varga. Okay, for their causeless to seek their mercy and blessings. So in your imagination, think about the best flower that you can think of, either roses or maligapu or whatever, what is in your mind, how much imagination you can bring in. The best flower, best garland, offer at their lotus feet and put the garland around their neck and fall at the feet and seek blessings from them. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कडामयं ददाति स्वपरन्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतपरिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्ण पदं सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदि भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशात्य देशतारिणे नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदि भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्री वर्षभनाविडे विडयिताये कृपाब्दये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमादय श्री रूपनुग भक्तिर श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्री मूर्ताय दीनतारिणे रूपनुग विरुदा पसिदांत द्वांतारिणे नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्तये विप्रलंबर संबोधे पादांबुजयते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंद नामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपनुग वरायते गौरवीर्भव भूमेस्त्वं निदस सज्जन प्रिया वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः ओम महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hari Om Tat Sat. Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishtaya Bhutali Srimati Jaya Pataka Swamiti Namini Namacharya Padai Nittai Kripa Pradayini Gauraka Damadaya Nagara Gramatari. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay. So today we are discussing, continue discussion on page 30. I hope that you have a book with you. Please keep your notebook also. Sometimes we have some restore. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I need to share. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, so last week, 2 days ago, we spoke about neophyte devotees. We spoke about neophyte devotees. Who's neophyte devotee means? Neophyte devotee means those who are coming in for a first time. Okay, starting point. Okay, they are devotee at stage 1. All right. So classification made in Bhagavad Gita, it states that the 4 classes are made, namely those who are distressed. Okay, those who are people who are distressed, who need money, who are inquisitive. All right, and those who are wise. Okay, they start to do devotional service and come to Lord for relief of in that matter. All right. So, in their respective for self-satisfaction, to achieve some kind of satisfaction, they come and look for Krishna. They go into some place of worship and pray to God for mitigation of material distress or for some economic development to satisfy their inquisitiveness. As wise men who simply realize the greatness of God is also counted among these neophyte. All right. Even though they are wise, okay, even though the wise men, all right, they are intelligent, all right, so they also still understand the greatness of God. They are all classified under neophyte. Okay, under neophyte also there is many categories we can discuss. Number 1, those who are spiritual, who knows God is great. Number 1. Number 2, those who example like come to Krishna for some benefit, or I need economic development, or like some girls will come and pray to Krishna, I want a husband like you, handsome, right? And some worship Krishna like people are going to Venkatachalapati, all right, for some material benefit. So it is quite common, especially like in my family side, when they do the business, they will make a point that 5% or 10% of their annual profit goes to Perumal. So what they do, they make Perumal as the partner. So after end of the year, when they do the balancing, so whatever profit, say they make a $10,000 profit, they just take 1,000 and go to Tirupati and put in that thing, and just tell Perumal, you're my partner. Now I've already given you. But after that, they also say, Perumal, make sure you're my partner, make sure you also have to work hard for it. So that is another way. But even this kind of people, all right, for some material benefit. And some people are sick. They said, oh, you have this. So they go and worship Dhanvantri. They do Dhanvantri Yagya. They do this kind of program. And all these people are classified under the level of neophytes. Then after that, when we go further, okay, there's an example here. I don't want to go. Okay, so that means such beginners can be elevated. Even that means these kind of beginners can be elevated to the second class or first class platform. Even this kind of neophyte. All right, neophyte sometimes what we understand from a nectar of instruction, the one who respects the deity, but disrespect the devotees. They misbehave. right? Sometimes I've seen with my own eyes, in a Klang Perumal temple, there's some rich men. They'll come. They'll come with some big gift, and they don't even look at the priest. The priest will come, nah, Perumal ke satirunga, and they only look at Perumal. But of course, we are all supposed to worship the devotees before we go to Perumal. But this neophyte, they don't understand. They like the deities. They are very respectful. Sometimes we see, I bought this ghee for Krishna. Make sure you use the ghee for Krishna, right? So when you bring the ghee for Krishna, I mean for some kind of offering and everything. But sometimes when they give, they say this ghee is only for Krishna, not for any one of you. You understand what I mean? So they respect, they adore the deities, they adore the what they call the deities, but they misbehave to the devotees. So all these people are called come under neophyte level, beginners level. All right. So if we think that we are still have this kind of attitude, right? So because we, as I said, always we have to check and balance our life. Every day we have to make a journal. All right, I go to the temple. I look at Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you're so beautiful, so pretty. But the devotees around, I'm not interested. All right, I'm not interested. Or sometimes I bring some gift. All right, I give to Krishna. But the devotees, I'm not interested. So if you still have that kind of mentality, you must understand that you're still in neophyte level. It is quite common actually. All right. A person who disrespect or misbehave to the devotees, you can be in the movement for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Doesn't matter. But a devotee who disrespect, these all fall under neophyte level. Okay, reminds me about my reading yesterday on Srimad Bhagavatam. Let me quote Krishna. Okay. Let me just put the thing from what I've read from Srimad Bhagavatam. Very interesting. Okay, just give me a second. I wish I can tell you. I marked the page. Oh my God, where is it? In Srimad Bhagavatam 1, whoever desire program well-being, especially King. Okay, right. I think I can't find it. Let me see from. What is his name? Vivan. Okay, 48, text 48. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it's mentioned. Chapter 17, chapter 17. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll just get the thing. But it's very, very important. 8, 9. Okay. Oh boy, I couldn't find it. I just marked it yesterday and I couldn't find it. Krishna. Okay. Anyway, it's mentioned. Okay, never mind. If I find, I'll just share in the group. I was just reading yesterday and I marked, and I think I marked in the wrong place. Marked at the wrong place. All right. So anyway, it says that how a devotee should act. Okay. Right. So anyway, I will try to get for you tomorrow later. I'll search for it and I will share in the group. Srimad Bhagavatam is mentioning about how a devotee should be tolerant at all situation. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay. So like that. So we have to be very, very tolerant. Okay. So that's the thing. So we have to be so if we have to check and balance our life. Where do we stand? All right. So that's why we are studying this. So that means, am I a person who misbehave to the devotees? Am I doing this? It can be. Because sometimes we can be in this movement for the last 20, 30 years, but still we cannot come out of that. We still should understand we are still stuck in that neophyte level. Okay. Now, in first ocean, second wave, text 21. Sashina tat tat bhavasya chuddha bhaktyadikaravan yatebhya shaunakadischa druvasa cha chatushana. An example of neophyte. What is an example of neophyte? Okay, is Maharaja Dhruva. Okay, Dhruva Maharaj. All right. He was in need of father's kingdom. He wants the father's kingdom. Therefore, he engaged himself in devotional service to the Lord. Okay, do you all know who is Maharaj Dhruva? All right, Dhruva Maharaj is he wants to sit on his father's lap, but the stepmother pushed him away. He said, no, no, no. If you want to sit on your father's lap, you have to be born from my womb. No, she'll be very sucker showing at the womb and says, you should be born from here. All right, since you're not, you can. So he pushed. So he was very angry. So he wants that. So he wants to take over that. Then he went into what they call. He went into the forest and start to meditate because he wants the kingdom of Krishna, the kingdom of Father. And he engaged himself in devotional service. Then what happened? When Vishnu appeared in front of him, he was so surprised. All his desire was fulfilled. He said, no, I'm not interested in anything. I just want your service. But he says, never mind. Since you want a kingdom, I'll give you a kingdom. You want a kingdom, I'll give you an entire planet. So that's called Dhruva Loka. Or in English, we call pole star. Okay, the pole star was given to him. Okay, that story is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then in the end, when he was completely purified, he declined to accept any material benediction. That's what I'm saying. So after when he started to do devotional service, he started to do, when Vishnu appeared in front of him, by looking at him, he became completely purified. After he got purified, so he used that, he declined. He said, then Lord Narayana will ask, so what do you want? He said, no, I don't want anything. Why? Because he's completely purified. He is completely purified. So what he did, he declined. All right, he declined to accept any material benediction, any benediction from the Lord. Okay, from the Lord. So what we can understand from this. So okay, never mind. We see the next one. Secondly, Gajendra was distressed. So Dhruva wants success. He wants kingdom. And Gajendra, the elephant, he was in distress because the crocodile caught his leg. In the water, crocodile is more stronger than the Gajendra. So now Gajendra was in great distress. He was about to die. So what happened? He had no choice. At last, he prayed to Krishna for protection. After which he became a pure devotee. Number 2, right? Number 1 is what? Please underline all this. If you have a notebook, please write down. The one who looked for opulence, Dhruva Maharaj. Number 2, Gajendra prayed to Krishna because he's distressed. Okay. And now let's see number 3. Number 3 is Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar. Who are they? Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar. These are the what they call the sons of Brahma. They are sons of Lord Brahma. So after they were born, Brahma said, go and create progeny, create human, create life. And they said, no, we don't want that. All right. They came down and they were against the father. And what happened? They went and looked for a self-realization. They want to know, what is this? Why am I here? What is this place? You know? So when they disobeyed the father. So now, my dear Prabhus and mothers, when a son or a daughter disobey the parents, it is not something that is happened now. Sometimes when we school our children, what we say, once upon a time, I was such an obedient child. But you must understand, disobeying the father happened from the dawn of creation. From the dawn of creation itself, this thing happened. So Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar, when this thing happened, they were so, the father told to do something else, they went and did something else. They said they want to remain as a child, and they remain as a brahmachari. So the four sampradaya, the Kumara sampradaya come from here. These are the sampradayas, the Kumaras, the young boys of Lord Brahma. We have four sampradaya, right? Sri sampradaya, what they call this what sampradaya, that Brahma Madhava Gaudiya sampradaya, Rudra sampradaya, and this is called Kumara sampradaya. The Kumara sampradaya come from them. So they all in the category of wise. They all are wise people or saintly person. All right. But they were also attracted to devotional service. Okay. They also attracted to devotional service. All right. That's the number 3. Okay. Now, then a similar thing happened in the assembly of Naimisharanya forest. All right. So the 4th thing is that thing happened in the assembly or in the Naimisharanya forest. What happened? There's a place where headed by Saunaka Rishi. Shaunaka. So what they did? They all gathered to do this big sacrifice. Yagya. Because Kali Yuga is here and they were so sad to see how this Kali Yuga was he going to survive. It's such a horrible situation. So they did the sacrifice. And after that, they saw a Sutta Goswami came there. Sutta Goswami na yari? Sutta Goswami is the person who saw directly the conversation between Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Sukadev Goswami is a speaker of Bhagavatam. And why he spoke? Because Parikshit Maharaj is about to die in 7 days. And who is Sukadev Goswami? Sukadev Goswami is son of Vyasadeva. And who is Vyasadeva? The one who summarized the entire Vedas. The Vedas are there. He divided the Vedas into 4. Okay, Vedata Nala Aki, Nala Pirichi. And the Nala Pirichi and the Uru Vedata Uru Sishirta Kurtanga. He gave every Vedas to one of his disciples. So what the disciple did, they took one Veda and divided into 4. Other Nala Prichanga. So easy reading. Okay, yeah, easy reading. All right. So when they start to divide the thing into 4, then that's why the Parambara starts. Then he started to think, okay, now I've done this. Then I wrote Mahabharat. After I wrote Mahabharat, then after that, what he said, okay, now I'll give a summary of the entire thing. Some people don't have lifetime to study all this. So why not I summarize the entire Vedas, okay? And I summarize it. So he gave Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra is summary. All right? Vedangaloda Saram. Summary. Chariya. Then after that, what he did, after he saw that Vedanta Sutra, he was not happy, but of course, with the recommendation of Narada Muni, he started to give commentary. He commented on Vedanta Sutra. Comment. And that commentary became Srimad Bhagavatam. After he wrote the commentary, he gave to his son Sukadev Goswami. And Sukadev Goswami spoke this to Parikshit Maharaj. Because Parikshit Maharaj, the grandson of Arjuna, was cursed to die in 7 days. So he went, he said, since I got a curse, now what he did, he went and thought, okay, as a person who about to die, what I should do. Nana say no. What I should do. Okay. A person about to die, what is my activity? So he went and looked for it. And at last, he came to that assembly and asked Maharaj Sukadev Goswami to speak. And Sukadev Goswami said, Naman, I tell you what a person should know when the person is about to die. So when you understand Srimad Bhagavatam, is straight to the point. He's not beating around the bush. There's no flowery words in Srimad Bhagavatam. When you study the other Vedas, flowery words, there's so many flowery words. The choice of words, flowery. You become attracted, like when you read Mahabharatam. When you read Mahabharatam, you can never get bhakti. Mahabharatam is flowery. You can get carried away. While you get carried away, in between, Vyasadeva inserted Bhagavad Gita, Bhishma Parva, inserted Bhagavad Gita. So when look at the story, wow, nice, suddenly stumble upon Bhagavad Gita. So that's the idea. All right. So, then in India, there's because this is a person. So that's why I'm telling you why Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is very authentic. Why? Because both were spoken in a situation of emergency. It was spoken in emergency. See, like for instance, when a pilot is flying a plane, and suddenly there's an emergency, and he's telling the co-pilot what to do. There he cannot talk about, okay, now let me tell you the physiology of the plane. The plane will fly according to the thrust. So when the thing flies, the thing flap in such a way, the plane take off. And now when you take off, then you should disengage the thing and put in autopilot. And you take autopilot, you can go and take your rest and come. They have no time. In that emergency, what he said, now, look at this. Press the button. Press this green button. The engine is okay. Tell the tower that we are having a trouble. Look for a nearest what they call airport to land. Because emergency time, they have no time to beat around the bush or talk flowery words. Straight to the point. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken during emergency. Before the war. When the war going to start, Krishna have no time to beat around the bush. Now tell you, look here, you Arjuna, you are a warrior. You think like this, let me tell you what. So that's Bhagavad Gita. And similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam. Because he knows, he said, what a person is supposed to know. When a person is dead, he's dead and gone forever. He's not going to come back. So he's not going to come back and reread, okay, now today I just read chapter 1 Bhagavatam, and I go and take I eat, I sleep nicely, next day I wake up, I read Bhagavatam. No. The person is about to die. So everything a person is supposed to know. So the Vedanta Sutra is big, and what this thing, but of course then Sutta Goswami is even summarizing. He said straight to the point. Because when you study in Canto 1, there'll be many places that Saunaka Rishi will be asking, please come straight to the point. Tell me what is the essence after you realizing it. All right. So they are all wondering what actually happened in that time. Sometime when we meet Prabhupada disciple, we ask, so tell me, what did Prabhupada did that day? Did Prabhupada spoke like this? Oh, you were there during that conversation? Yes, I was there. Tell me what did Prabhupada did? So the situation can be everything. There's so many situations. That means Prabhupada should have come, he should have sat, you should have taken the kartal, you should have started to sing Jaya Radha Madhava, all that thing happened. But I don't know all that. I just see Prabhupada disciples says, like for instance, I asked Garga Muni Prabhu, all right, one of the Prabhupada's first disciple. He's the one who danced in Thompson Park Square when first Prabhupada did. So I asked, so Prabhuji, the song was not so interesting. All were beating the music out of tune. But why you people can get so excited? You say ecstasy. Nowadays, we need to have some nice music and everything to come into the ecstatic level. But how you became, when you look at that video, 1967, no, first time when they did Thompson Park Square, you see Garga Muni Prabhu will be dancing. Garga Muni. He'll be dancing in ecstasy. So I'm asking, what is so interesting? And Prabhupada was beating the tambura, also out of the tune. Dong, dong, dong. And people bring all their this thing, and all will queue up and all run, dance. What? So straight to the point. And of course, then he told me, when you preach, when you sing, when in the association of a pure devotee, even the song sung out of tune, Krishna presence there, and everybody went into ecstasy. And he says, that's why we all became a devotee. We dedicate our whole life. Prabhupada proved it. So like that. So then they ask, so tell me straight to the point. What happened? They were wondering. Actually, such a king, great king, grandson of Arjuna, cursed by a young boy, and to die, he could just counteract the curse. After all, cursed by a young boy, he could do something. He had a favor of Krishna. Krishna protected him when he was in the womb. And his name is Parikshit. Parikshit means what? The one who search for Krishna. He's searching for the personality. The one who search is called Parikshit. Great king, very illustrious. Why? So they all became very inquisitive. They became very inquisitive. They want to ask question. So, and they were asking Sutta Goswami about Krishna, because Sutta Goswami is saying. So they are achieved the association of a pure devotee, and they became a pure devotee themselves. You understand? So the first thing we talk about Dhruva Maharaj, who became a pure devotee after seeing Krishna. Number two, we spoke about what they call Gajendra, who is in great distress. He saw Krishna coming to save him. He became a pure devotee. They call Gajendra Moksha, one of the part of Srimad Bhagavatam. And number three, we saw that Sanatana, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, and Sanat Kumar, the sons of Brahma, they were looking for some self-realization, and they smell of Tulasi. By that, they end up in Vaikunta and saw Lord Vishnu, and they became a pure devotee. And number four, the thousands of rishi that gathered in Naimisharanya forest, and they asked about the pastimes, inquisitive, and that is true of pure devotee, Sutta Goswami. And the entire assembly all became pure devotee. So these are the four kinds of people who actually see Krishna. All right. Just before we continue, just a contemplation. When you see, like just now I said about Dhruva Maharaj, example in Maharaj Dhruva, he want his father's kingdom. But after that, he start to see, right? Then after that, what happened? Okay. Then, okay. So then at the end, when he was then engaged in devotional service, at the end, he was completely purified. What does that mean? So when a person becomes completely purified, what happened? All right. See, for instance, now he became completely purified. When the person becomes completely purified, naturally what the person do? He declined. What he declined? He declined the benediction. You understand what I'm saying? So first he became completely purified. How? Through devotional service. So when a person becomes devotional service, when you understand you are going on a purification level, when you become completely purified, first your mind became calm by chanting. Your intelligence becomes sharpened by reading the Bhagavatam and Gita. All right. Then you start to chant 16, 32, 48, 64 rounds. You start to go into a purification level. So when you go to the level of purification, what naturally happens? You become complete. Then all the desire in your heart is fulfilled. All right. And what happened? You start to decline to accept what? Any kind of material benediction, that is even including of going back home, back to Godhead, or going and be association of Swarupa Moksha. That means be the association of Lord Vishnu. You have the same form of Vishnu and reside in Vaikunta, or we decline the offer of going back to heavenly kingdom, even to the benediction of going back home, back to Godhead. Right? So when Krishna asks, what do you want? I want to go to Goloka Vrindavan. So that means there is a desire. So a pure devotee means what happened? When the person completely purified means what happened? He has zero desire. Okay. But a man cannot live without desire. How can a man be without desireless? He only have one desire. All right. And what is that desire? That he could completely engage himself in pure bhakti. Krishna consciousness, right? You're going to go to Goloka. Okay, I'm not interested. I'm just chanting Hare Krishna. Don't disturb me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Suddenly, this airplane, Garuda Airlines comes with Vishnu Dutas. Then you open your eyes. Yes, come, let's go to Vaikunta. No, 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 I'm not interested. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Like that, you know. So it's like that. So this is the indication. All right, and where we can have this when we come to the level of prema. So, who is bigger? Is Krishna is bigger or prema is bigger? Who is more advanced? All right. When you look at that, oh, Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, yes, 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 yes. But who is above him? Is there anyone above Krishna? Yes. Who is above Krishna? Prema. Prema is above Krishna. Love. The love, devotional love is above him. That's why even he was thinking, what is that prema? Even he as the supreme person couldn't understand what is prema. Therefore, he came down in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came down in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to check out what is actually prema. Right? So it's like that. Okay. So this is the thing that we can contemplate in our today's discussion. All right. So now, in that way, elevating oneself, whatever condition one can be, whatever condition, okay, doesn't matter whether you are a high quantity, whatever condition, if he is fortunate enough, that means if he is lucky enough to associate with pure devotees, when he's fortunate enough to associate with pure devotees, then very quickly is elevated to the second class or the first class platform. That's why next time when you all go to Goloka, I mean, when you go to Vrindavan or you go to Mayapur, don't go on a tour package. Don't go on a tour package. 14 days, Jagannath, Puri, Vrindavan, Mayapur tour. Okay, you have done once, it's okay, fair enough. But second round, if you get a chance to go back to this kind of place, try to go and associate with devotees. Think about a devotee that you like to associate with. Yeah, say like a certain devotee that you are very mesmerized. All right. When you go to Mayapur, when you go to Jagannath Puri, when you go to Isi, go and meet them, associate with them, attend their classes, learn from them, speak to them, offer them a gift. Whatever gift that he gives, accept the gift. That is hard. Whenever there's one sannyasi or Swamiji, whoever that comes to this country, you should be the first one to go and meet him, if it's conducive, if it's available, right? Like for instance, this weekend, I think there is what they call, there's a devotee is coming to Malaysia. Let me see. What is his name? I think it's starting from JB. Okay. His name is Vamsi Vadan Prabhu. Okay, he's a dedicated, accomplished devotee, having studied MBBS from Pune University, worked as medical doctor by profession. All right. He joined ISKCON 1996 as Brahmachari. He became a doctor and gave up, became a Brahmachari. All right. So he's an esteemed teacher of Bhakti Sastri, Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, and all this kind of thing. Okay. So now what happened? He's coming. Proposal of Vamsi Vadan Prabhu visit Malaysia. So Monday is arriving, KLIA. Tuesday, KL. Tuesday, 17th June, he'll be in Kuala Lumpur. Wednesday, 18th June, he'll be in Kuala Lumpur. 19th June, he's coming to Perak. Teluk Intan, 20th June. Sungai Siput, 21st June. Ipoh, 22nd June. Todu, 22nd. Then after that, Monday, not. Okay, Seremban, 26th June. And on 27th June, he's attending KL Radha Yatra. All right. Then after that, he'll be 29 June, he'll be in Johor Bahru, Sunday. Then after that, he's having, then going to Singapore and flying off. Okay. So this is the thing. So when you have this kind of opportunity to meet this kind of devotee, go and associate with them. All right. It's very important. And the pure devotee, it is not something that you identify them by their bodily complexion or their education or what. Even a beggar in Vrindavan can be a pure devotee of Krishna. He's in the Babaji Vesha. So why? Because with the association of pure devotee, very quickly is elevated to the second class or first class platform. So when you go to Mayapur Vrindavan, don't just go visit the temple and not the devotees. All right, very important. So these four types of devotees have been described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So these four kind of people were described in Bhagavad Gita, and they all have been accepted as pious. These are the pious people. So without becoming pious, no one can come to devotional service, right? Without pious. So that means, like sometimes without you being a very pious person, you can never become a devotee, right? It is explained in Bhagavad Gita that only one who has continually executed, that means one who has continually executed pious activity, that means those who are continuously executing pious activity, or whose sinful reaction in life has completely stopped. What is that? Sinful reaction in life. Reaction means what? The effect of the sin completely stop, can take to Krishna consciousness. All right. Now the thing again, what is Krishna consciousness means? What is Krishna consciousness? Come on. What is Krishna consciousness?
Pure Bhakti, Prabhu.
Pure bhakti. So pure bhakti. Then who are the people who can come to pure bhakti? Those who are continually executed pious activity. Or number two, those who are sinful reaction completely stopped. Completely stopped. So now, can we say that our sin has completely stopped and we are in Krishna consciousness? So what is Krishna consciousness again? Krishna consciousness means pure bhakti. So we are executing pious activity for now. By chanting, by coming and doing all, we are doing pious activity. So when you come to the level, after that, what they call, from what level is that? What level I say? Kanishta, when you're coming of this, then when you start to practice sadhana bhakti very nicely, Vaidhi sadhana bhakti by following the rules and regulations and everything, then you go to the level of raga nuga bhakti, all right? That's the time your reaction of the sin will stop. The reaction of the sin. Why are we here? Because of our previous birth karma, the desires. Okay, that was the discussion I had yesterday in our Namahat center. All right, you can see in okay, 13.30. Yes, 13.30. Okay, do any one of you got a Bhagavad Gita with you? You don't have a Bhagavad Gita? So sometime when you come for this kind of studies, please ensure that you have a Bhagavad Gita. If you don't have, please note down 13.30 Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, text 30, right? Prakritaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasha. Ya pashyati tatatmanam akartam sa pashyati. All right? In this verse, Krishna said very nicely, one who can see all activities are performed by the body, which is created by material nature. The body that created by material nature, who can see the body acting, and after that, same time he see that he's not acting, he's the person who actually in knowledge. He's the person who actually sees. All right. So here, a Prabhupada very nicely explained in his purport. All right. He says that the body is made by material nature under the direction of the super soul. That means you got this body at the direction of the super soul or Paramatma. So whatever activity is going on in respect of one's body are not his doing. That means you are not doing it. It's activity of the body. Whatever one is supposed to do, either for happiness or distress, one is forced to do. Whether for happiness or distress, one is forced to do. That's why sometimes we see that people who are entangled, in this kind of habit, bad habit, even though they know that is not good, but they are helplessly, they are involved in that because the bodily concern. So the self, however, is outside all this bodily activity. All right, now the paragraph that is said here, this body is given according to one's past desire. The body that you are having is because of your one's past desire. Are you all following me on this? Are you all following me on this? Or am I too fast? Suvarna Kanti, you understand what I'm talking? What I'm talking?
Yeah, Prabhu can understand. We can follow.
Yes, Prabhu.
Good. So that means the body that we get is because of our previous birth desire. போன பூர்வ ஜென்ம ஆசை மூலியமா எனக்கு இந்த உடல் கிடைச்சிருக்கு. Okay, number one. Again, desire, because of my previous birth desire, I got this body. Number one. Then after that, what he says, all right, and to fulfill the desire, all right, one is given the body with which he act accordingly. So to fulfill that desire, that means in previous birth, I have that desire and I got this body. And once I get this body, what I do? I am fulfilling the desire that I had before. The platform, Krishna have given me the platform to enjoy, right? Example, now I'm working so hard and I want to get a Mercedes Benz, all right? So after I get the Mercedes Benz, what I do? Because I want to drive a luxury car and I want a Mercedes Benz. And now I bought a Mercedes Benz. So what next I do? Keep in the home and put sambrani? No. And I say, well, I start to enjoy that car. All the desire that I have in my heart, I'm fulfilling it through my car, Mercedes Benz. Are you following me on this? It's very important, eh? So now the question is this. Now the question is this. So now what is saying here, right? So that means one who continually executed, that means those who are continually, not whenever you feel like it, execute pious activity, doing sadhana, and whose sinful reaction, okay, completely stopped. Your sinful reaction is completely stopped. And these are the people can take into Krishna consciousness. What does that mean? The reason of your birth here, the reason of your birth now, because of your past desire. And after taking the birth, you are making all your desire coming true. So far, so good. I want everyone to understand this statement. Okay? I got this body. In the udal எனக்கு கிடைச்சது பூர்வ ஜென்ம ஆசை. இந்த உடல் எடுத்தோன்னு என்ன ஆகும்? அந்த பூர்வ ஜென்ம ஆசையை நிறைவேத்த பண்றேன். I'm making it, fulfilling it. All right? Do you understand this statement? Come on, say something.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, who don't understand? Who don't understand? Anyone don't understand?
Can
If
I
anyone don't understand, sorry? Someone say something.
can understand, Prabhu, what you said?
No, anyone who don't understand. யாருக்கு புரியல நான் சொல்றது? இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். Because I love people asking question. Don't worry. Vaishnavi, Kamala, Gandhi Mataji, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes and no also.
Yeah, then you should tell me lah.
Okay,
That's what I'm
okay.
asking.
I was just having very bad flu also. So I just
Oh,
okay.
no, but this is very, see, if you understand this, it's something very, but okay, now like this, okay.
Okay. If you can elaborate, it'll be better. I'll listen first, bro.
I love to elaborate, Mataji. So please don't feel bad asking me question. You know, I always, as I said, you know, asking question is very important. Okay. Now, can you all see the whiteboard, right?
And Prabhu.
Okay. Now it's like this. Let me see. Okay. Now, I have this desire. Okay. I have this strong desire. Or we could say a burning desire. Okay. This is the desire. Okay. I've got the desire. And in order to fulfill the desire, what should I do? Okay. How can I fulfill the desire? I must have things to enjoy. Okay, I've got a desire to eat. If I got a desire to eat, I must have a human body and I must have a hand who can take the food and put inside. My tongue must be working properly. Yes or not? If the tongue doesn't work properly, then how? And I should make sure that I got all the 32 32 பல்லும் இருக்கணும். பல்லில் என்ன செய்யறது? டென்ச்சர் போட்டுக்கணும் at least. You must put artificial teeth to chew the food. First, I've got a desire. Okay? Now, so now I got the desire. So what is next? Where is it? Okay, it's here. So now I got a desire. So in order to fulfill the desire, what I need? I need to have a body. So in order to fulfill the desire, Krishna gave me a body. So I was given a body. Sharia. So I was given a body. Okay. I was given a body. So when I got this body, so what's next? So I use this body for what? Okay. So now I use this body. I use this body to fulfill my desire. You got it, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So what you can understand from here? First, I got a desire. Okay. And to achieve this desire, I was given a body that conducive to enjoy this goal. Okay. So I was given a body. The material nature gave me a body. Okay. So when I get this body, what are the things that I can do? What I should do immediately?
You will know what is your desires, is it, Prabhu?
Immediately you execute your desire. Yes or not?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Like for instance, now say like for instance, you told me you have some medical issue, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Now, okay. So what happened? Now suddenly a miracle happened. You come back to the normal person. Your medical issue was taken care. Done.
Done.
What is the next thing you do immediately?
Do what I
Yes.
wanted to do. Maybe eat something nice or go somewhere.
Yes. Climb the mountain. Go
Yes.
for a jog. Yes or not?
Yes.
Yes. So now because of your health issue, you are limited that you should take care of yourself nicely. You cannot extend அழட்டிக்க கூடாது ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் நல்லா இருக்கு ஆமா இல்லையா
Yeah.
ஆனா திடீர்னு உடம்பு நல்லா ஆச்சு என்ன செய்வோம் the
Do what?
next moment I want to do everything that I wanted to do correct அதே போலதான் இந்த ஆசை இருக்கு we got a desire and இந்த desire அனுபவிக்கிறதுக்கு இந்த உடல் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க அப்ப இந்த உடல் கொடுத்த கையோட வேலை என்ன செய்வோம் இந்த ஆசைகளை நிவர்த்தி பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம் we going to satisfy all our desire we fulfill our desires yes or not
Yeah.
okay while you are fulfilling the desire what happened while you are fulfilling your desire there will be என்ன சொல்றது it is just like an example I like to give this example like என்னது say sometimes நம்மளுக்கு வந்து இந்த you know when we have a ball when we throw the ball at the wall ஒரு செவரை பார்த்து ஒரு சுவரை பார்த்து இந்த பந்தை தூக்கி அடிச்சோம்னா பட்டுட்டு திருப்பி வரும் so whenever there is a desire we go for a desire and there will be lot of other desires start to manifest சரியா ஒரு ஆசைக்கு போவோம் ஆனா அந்த இடத்துல வந்து வேற 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 ஆசைகள் உருவாகும் lot of other desires will start to manifest
Okay.
are you following me on this
Okay.
okay there are so many other desires will start to create ஒரு விஷயத்துக்கு போவோம் ஆனா ஓகே என்ன உதாரணம் நம்ம பார்க்கலாம் ஓகே நம்ம வந்து இன்னைக்கு நான் வந்து சூப்பர் மார்க்கெட் போறேன் just to buy something சரியா இன்னைக்கு வந்து I heard that in Lotus supermarket there is a vegetable is extremely cheap வெளியே ஒரு கிலோ இஞ்சி வந்து 10 வெள்ளினா அவங்ககிட்ட ஒரு கிலோ இஞ்சி 2 வெள்ளி 2.5 வெள்ளி என்னடா இது இவ்வளவு சீப்பா அப்ப நான் என்ன செஞ்சேன் நேரா லோட்டஸ்க்கு போனேன் அங்க போயிட்டு இஞ்சி வாங்குறத விட்டுமான்னு பாட்டினேன் இஞ்சி கத்திரிக்காய் தக்காளி வாங்குறத விட்டு போட்டு கண்டதெல்லாம் வாங்கி 450 வெள்ளி செலவாச்சு. You understand? I went for one purpose, but I end up buying all the other things. Even I bought things which is slightly expensive. Maybe ஒரு 10 காசு 50 காசு கூட இருந்தாலும் அதான் வந்துட்டோமே சரி வாங்கிடுவோமே வாங்கினது. You understand what I'm saying? இது போன வாரம் நடந்த நெசமலி நடந்த கதை.
Yeah, it happens.
என்னடா ஒரு இஞ்சி தக்காளி வாங்குற இடத்துல வந்து அதை வாங்கி இதை வாங்கி மில்லோ வாங்கி அதை வாங்கி 450 செலவாச்சு. ஐயோ கடவுளே கிருஷ்ணா. யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வாட் ஐ மீன்? அப்ப அந்த மாதிரிதான். அப்ப என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா இந்த 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 ஒரு ஆசையை நிறைவேற்றி பண்றதுக்கு இந்த உடல் கிடைக்குது. இந்த உடலை வச்சு இந்த ஆசையை நம்ம நிவர்த்தி பண்ணும்போது அதே நேரத்துல நிறைய ஆசைகள் உருவாகுது. so many other desires start to accumulate. அப்ப இந்த டிசைரை ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்றதுக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? we going to get another gross body. இன்னொரு உடலை நம்ம ஏத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். alright, we going to get another gross body. அப்ப இந்த ஆசை இந்த gross body வச்சு என்ன செய்ய போறோம்? இந்த ஆசைகளை நம்ம நிவர்த்தி பண்றோம். ஓகே, we are fulfilling this desire. அப்புறம் அதே நேரத்துல அதே போலதான் உடல் மேல எடுத்துக்கிட்டே நம்ம வருவோம். புரிஞ்சிருச்சா? ஓகே எவ்ரிவன்?
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah.
அப்ப இந்த இடத்துல என்ன சொல்றாரு பிரபுபாத்? He is saying, but the person, despite getting this body, all right, through chanting, all right, through the process of chanting, reading, and performing sadhana bhakti, all right, performing sadhana bhakti, what happened? So நம்ம வந்து என்ன செய்யறோம்? அப்போ வந்து என்ன செய்யுது? நம்ம ஆசைகள் எல்லாம் வந்து என்ன ஆகுது? திருப்தி அடையுது. அந்த நேரத்துல என்ன ஆகும்? நம்ம வந்து இந்த ஆசைகளை நம்ம திருப்தி படுறதுக்கு அந்த முயற்சியில இருக்க மாட்டோம். we start to give up because we understand. அப்ப இந்த ஆசைகள் இல்லாதப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? இந்த ஆசைகள் எல்லாமே உருவாகாது. அப்ப இந்த ஆசைகள் உருவாகலன்னா எதிர்கால ஆசைகள் எதுவுமே உருவாகாது. there's no future desires will start to manifest. All right, there's no future desires. All right, there's no future desires start to come. So when there's no future desire, then there is no future birth. You all following me on this? There's no future birth. So that means what? So then eventually the desire, that because of the desire that he got this body, will also disappear. And this is disappear. So at this situation, this is the time that you can come to the level of pure bhakti. Or what do you call pure bhakti? Krishna consciousness. CONCIOUSNESS. Okay. That's when you come to the level of Krishna consciousness. So once you come to the level of Krishna consciousness, so what is going to be the next destination? Your next destination will be straight back home, back to Godhead, into the spiritual world. You back home, back to the spiritual world. And where do you particularly will go? You will particularly go to the place which we call as Goloka Vrindavan. Look like a lotus flower. You straight away get liberated to this place. So இந்த இடத்துக்கு நம்ம போனோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்? மற்ற ஆசைகள்லாம் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம திருப்பி வரணும். ஆனா இந்த ஆசை வந்துச்சுன்னா one way ticket. So once you go there, what happened? Your entire existence after millions and trillions of birth in this material world disappear. That's it. You can never come back here anymore. And you go to the eternity. Are you all following me on this? Everyone?
Yes, Prabhu. Thanks for the explanation. Now,
Anna புரிஞ்சிருச்சா மாதாஜி? You got it, huh?
got it. Very nicely.
Right, okay. So அதுதான். அப்போ வந்து இப்ப என்ன சொல்றோம்னா, so அதுலதான் வந்து இந்த இடத்துல வந்து Prabhupada is explaining, alright? So that's what Prabhupada is explaining here. That says, so when all the sinful reaction of life have completely stopped, அப்படின்னா இது என்னாச்சு? இப்ப நம்ம சொன்ன மாதிரி அந்த ஆசைகள், இப்ப அந்த ஆசை திருப்பி எடுக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இல்லாம போகுது. So when everything is suspended, that means in other words, completely stopped, then that's when we can come to the level of Krishna consciousness. Then Prabhupada says this, others cannot. Others cannot. So now the question is, where do I stand? Am I come to the level of pure devotional service? Or am I still level in Kanishta? So the neophyte devotees are classified into 4. That means the one who are distressed, the one in need of money, and the one who are wise, according to the gradation of the pious activity. So now, without pious activity, நீங்க ஒரு புண்ணியம் செய்யாத ஆளா இருந்திருந்தீங்கன்னா, if a man is distressed, he becomes agnostic. So ஒருத்தன் வந்து ஒரு புண்ணியம் இல்லாதவன், that means he's the one who don't do another, the not a pious people. So அவன் இந்த மாதிரி பிரச்சனைலாம் வரும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? He become agnostic. When he become distressed, he start to not to believe in God. Right? Example, a communist or something like that. They become atheist. எங்க கடவுள்? நான் நல்லது தானே செஞ்சேன். My father such a nice man. Why you need to die of that disease? கடவுள் இல்ல. கடவுளை நம்புறவன் மடையன். அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லி everybody will become agnostic or communist or this thing. Right? Number 3. Because he does not firmly believe in God. He thinks that he can adjust his distress condition totally. That means he thinks he can adjust the distress condition totally disbelieving in him. Right? So when I don't believe in Krishna, I know I'm okay. All right? It is quite common actually. So Lord Krishna, however, explained in Gita that out of these 4 types of neophytes, in the 4 வகையான neophyte, Kanishta, the one who are wise is very dear to him. இந்த 4 வகையில யார் ஒருத்தன் அறிவாளியா இருக்கான், the wise, intelligent people, is very dear to him, because a wise man is attached to Krishna. So that means we are accumulating knowledge, acquiring knowledge, so that we become wise. All right? It is not seeking an exchange of material benefit. All right? A wise man who becomes attached to Krishna does not want any return from him. That's why he's wise. Hey, Krishna, I did all the seva for you. Okay? I don't want anything. Okay, நான் இது செய்றேன், எனக்கு இது கொடுங்க அந்த மாதிரி. So but the wise man doesn't want anything, either in the form of relieving distress or in gaining money. Right? This means that from the very beginning, his basic principle is attachment to Krishna. Is more or less love. Okay. Furthermore, due to his wisdom and study of the Shastra, then after that, what he do? By the wisdom and study the Shastra, he can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you really look at it, this is how happened to us, right? Can you all agree with me? We all came maybe out of inquisitive wise and everything. No, we came here. Did anyone come here seeking for some money? That you know that you study the Vedas, Mahalakshmi will come and sit with you and fulfill everything you have. Did anyone of you got that kind of desire? Anyone? Gandhi Mataji, Saras Mataji, Kesavan, Nanda Mataji, Sadguna Mataji, Swarna Kanti, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, any one of you? Did any one of you thought that you come and learn this, you become rich?
No, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu.
No. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, no, never.
So that means you're wise.
Yes.
That means you're wise. You came here not to exchange for money. You're coming here because you want to study the Shastra, so that you can understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. You understood that. So we did that. Right? So it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that after many, many births, after so many births, when one becomes actually wise, so it takes many birth lifetime to become wise. ஒரு அறிவாளியா ஆவறதுக்கு பல பிறவி எடுக்க வேண்டும். அப்ப அவன் அறிவாளி ஆயிட்டா என்ன ஆவான்? அவன் வாசுதேவனின் சரணாகதி அடைவான். He surrenders unto Vasudeva. Because he know perfectly well that Krishna Vasudeva is the origin and cause of all causes. Iti chamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu, sorry, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Sarva Karanathukku Karanam. Because perfectly know that he is the origin and cause of all causes. So what next he do? He sticks to the lotus feet of Krishna. And after that, what happened? We gradually develop love for him. So how are we going to develop love for him? Because that means anything that we talk about Krishna, we get excited. When we talk about Bhagavad Gita, we get excited. When we talk about Bhagavatam, we get excited. We talk about Krishna's pastime, we get excited. If any drama suddenly talk about Krishna, Radha, even hear the word Radha, Krishna, we get excited. You know? And eventually you feel excited. You feel excited, so excited that you don't feel like stop chanting. You chant 4 rounds, not enough. 15, not enough. 16, not enough. 32, not enough. 40, not enough. 64, not enough. But I have no choice. But eventually 64, 100, 120, you can go on chanting. Why? Because you have developed. Gradually, we have developed to this level. At first, when we think about chanting 16 rounds, it's a big headache. But today, we have devotees who are chanting 64 without any effort. Right? How the thing happened? Because we have already gradually we developed the love. Although such a wise man is very dear to Krishna, the others are also accepted as magnanimous. Even these, you are all great, but still others are still considered magnanimous. Still, they all are very good people. Even you come for money or whatever, still is magnanimous. Because even though they are distressed or you need money or to have Krishna, they have to come to Krishna for Krishna's satisfaction. Thus, they are accepted as liberal, broad-minded Mahatmas. Still, they are good souls. So, without being elevated, now, without being elevated, அந்த நிலையில நம்ம வந்து முன்னேறாம, to the position of ஞானி or a wise man, one cannot stick to the principle of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? They cannot stick to the principle. Like now, I believe that all of you are even fasting for Ekadasi. Right? Fasting for Ekadasi. So that means you are still start to follow, stick to the principle. Right? The less intelligent or those who are intelligent has been taken away. All right? That means those who are பிறவிலே முட்டாள் இல்லாட்டி அந்த ஞானத்தை taken away by what? By the spell of Maya in the form of science, logic, language, especially when you see Tamil. Oh, Tamil உயிர், Tamil எழுத்து, you know, all these kind of things. So all these people are the knowledge stolen by Maya. Reminds me about one story. A person who undergoing what they call kidney dialysis. He's going through a dialysis. He's feeling very bad, right? Very successful person. But the day he was telling, you know, Tamil Thai da enna kapathika. I was thinking, what is he talking about? You see, the mother Tamil saved him. He's a Tamil fanatic. He feels that this, so this is the, and he's very highly intelligent, highly qualified, and formerly a high rank government officer. But today he's saying that the language Tamil saved him from that kind of things. The love that he's supposed to show to Krishna. Why? Because the intelligence has been taken away or by the spell of Maya. So these are the people attached to different demigods, sometimes on account of influence of the modes of nature. So these are the people sometimes go to the Devas, you know, Devas, because they know, because Vishnu, Shiva is known as Ashutosh. When you pray to Lord Shiva, Ashutosh means what? The one who easily grant your wishes. Okay? Whatever you ask, take. Right? Because you know why? He's the husband of Durga, the husband of Maya. So both husband and wife, their job is to make sure that you stay here. Stick here forever. Right? But there's a difference. Lord Shiva is more merciful than Maya Devi. Maya Devi will only give you the grant, because sometimes, you know, what happened when the lady principal, lady warden, no, you cannot play play around them, right? If you see a lady boss, a lady government officer, and you are a person who want to get some service, you want to, hey, can I give you some bribe? You can never. When they come and see lady boss, pochida, I better follow the rules, because the ladies are naturally like that. The women, Matajis, right? So she stay until you have the strong desire of come out of this place. Then this Mahamaya will turn into Yoga Maya, and she will lift you up. Right? It's like that. But Lord Shiva is not like that. Lord Shiva is Maha Vaishnava. He's a great, among the Vaishnava, he's the topmost. He's the king of all Vaishnava. Right? Vaishnava, Sarva Vaishnava Sambhu. That's one verse. Right? Among the Vaishnavas, he's the topmost. And being a Vaishnava is very merciful. But he is impartial. What does that mean? Right? He's partial. Sorry, not impartial. He's partial. Right? Whenever whoever come and ask the boon, take and go. Don't disturb me. But whenever wants to grow in bhakti, he give you all facilities. And he promised that in Padma Purana. So like that. So like that. So that means they know, okay, if I worship Lord Shiva, if I worship Muruga, just do some little penance, everything will fulfill. Right? So that's it. But who fulfills that? Maya Devi. The spells of Maya fulfill that. So they will take into a different demigod in account of influence, the mode of nature. The wise man is he who has thoroughly understood. So the wise man is the one who thoroughly understood that he is the spirit soul and not simply the body. So even the wise men also understand that. Even they have not even surrendered to Krishna, but still they understand, I'm not his body. Because he realizes that he is a spirit of Krishna, and Krishna is a supreme spirit. He knows that his intimate relationship should be with Krishna, not with his body. The distress and the man in wants of money are in the material concept. Panantkera is a material concept. Because distress and need of money both in relationship with his body. Because the one who wants money, why? Because they have bodily relationship. My children need to go for studies. Krishna, I need money. Why? Bodily relationship. Right? So, but one who inquisitive may be a little above the distress. The man who needs some money. Because still he is on the bottom of material platform. Because he wants some name. Inquisitive. Okay, why this, why that? They want to understand. Right? But a wise man, Arivali, Jnani, Six, Krishna knows perfectly well that he is the spirit soul or Brahman. And that Krishna is the supreme spirit soul or Para Brahman. Right? He knows that the spirit soul being subordinate. He knows that spirit soul being subordinate to finite. Finite means finite. Finite means huge. So we are infinite. So we are small. So we are subordinate of the complete big. Should always dovetail himself. Dovetail everything that we dovetail to the infinite supreme soul Krishna. That is the relationship of wise man with Krishna. It can be concluded now, Prabhupada is telling, that a person who is freed from bodily concept of life, who are free, if you can free yourself from bodily concept of life, is an eligible candidate for pure devotional service. Simple as that. All right. So where do we start from? How are we going to start from the freeing ourselves from bodily concept? Understanding I'm an Indian, I'm a Chinese, I'm a Malaysian. First step. But before you go to that step, what is the first core step? Okay, I am an Indian, I born into this particular family. This is my family tradition. This is my caste, my creed. Give that up. See everybody equally. Then understanding that I'm not this body. That means I'm not this, I'm not Malaysian, I'm not this thing. Right? Then after that, okay, then we start to practice Yukta Vairagya. Whatever I have, I use it for Krishna. Whatever my body I'm in now, even my body is got some defect, like Mataji is having some health problem, or some will have a very old fragile body, or some maybe have a body with some young active body, or maybe some have some kind of deficiency in their organs, like I had this eye problem, yeah, and all these kind of things. So doesn't matter. So whatever little thing that is still function in your body, right? Sometimes I don't have a money to buy a car. My car is totally condemned. But only thing is functioning, my engine, gearbox, and my 4 tires are running. All the basic things. But my suspension is out. My windscreen, when I bring down the thing and I cannot bring it up, and the thing is smoking, and the seat that I'm sitting is totally torn. Only the spring is there. All right. But I need to go from point A to point B. But I cannot afford to buy a new car. So what I do, in whatever condition that the car is, I want to utilize it. Even the car ஓட்டிட்டு நான் போவேன். அந்த காடி கோளாரா இருந்தாலும் கரண்ட் உழுற லெவல்ல இருந்தாலும், as long 4 டயர் இருக்கு, என்ஜின் கரெக்டா இருக்கு, கியர் பாக்ஸ் கரெக்டா வேலை செய்யுது, ஹார்ன் இருக்கு, லைட் எல்லாமே வேலை செய்யுது. ஆனா அதோட சுகம் இல்லை. அது கண்ணாடி ஏத்துனா இறக்க முடியாது, சீட்டு கிழிஞ்சு போய் ஸ்ப்ரிங் மட்டும் நட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. அப்புறம் வந்து அந்த கியரை பிடிச்சி இழுத்து இறுக்கி போடுறதா இருக்கும். பட் யூ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் a சாய்ஸ். அப்ப இருக்கிறத வச்சு நம்ம பயன்படுத்துறது. அதே போலதான் நம்ம உடல்ல 1000 பிரச்சனை, 1000 என்ன சூழ்நிலை கூட இருக்கலாம். we might have any kind of situation with us now, doesn't matter. இருக்கிறத வச்சு நம்ம எப்படி நம்ம கிருஷ்ணாக்கு சேவை செய்வோம். right? Okay, like for instance, okay, I'm very old, fragile. Okay, அதுக்குன்னு நான் உட்காந்து புலம்பிட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. அப்ப என்கிட்ட இருக்கிறது என்ன, அதை வச்சு நான் எப்படி கிருஷ்ணாக்கு சேவை செய்வேன்? How? Okay, my tongue is working, my finger is working, so I just go on chanting Hare Krishna. Good example, Vaishnava Prabhu. He can go on chanting, right? Or some people, oh, I have this kind of body, you know, I got this kind of issue, right? Doesn't matter, right? For instance, இப்போ குனிஞ்சா நிமிர முடியாது, நிமிரா குனிய முடியாது, இடுப்பு வலி, கால் வலி, மூட்டு வலி, அது மாதிரிலாம் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. So what you can do? You can sit and read, or you can sing. You can just think about some songs of Krishna. You know, the Bhakti Vinod Thakur have made. Or you can study the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and everything. You can chant Hare Krishna, right? Like அந்த ஒரு பையன் சொன்னதமா படுத்த படுக்கை ஆயிட்டானே. The only thing was functioning is his tongue and his finger. He chanted 120 rounds every day. திடீர்னு அன்னைக்கு ஏஞ்சி உட்கார்ந்துட்டான். That day the boy came and spoke, right? Itikash. He came and spoke to us. Okay, once I called him up. I think some of you know him. The Mahamantra healed him. So, எனக்கு அந்த சேவையை பார்த்து அந்த மாதிரி செய்யணும்னு ஆசையா இருக்கு. மிருதங்க அடிக்கிறாங்க பிறகு I want to play மிருதங்க. Once upon a time I can play மிருதங்க, right? My record 10 hours non-stop. Okay, we did this தாமோதர பூஜா. ஒரு இடத்துல ஆரம்பிச்சோம் காலையில 10 மணிக்கு, செஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம் until சாயந்தரம் மட்டும் non-stop. Non-stopனா of course we stop one way, Hare Krishna, then you play, start playing whole day. காலையில இருந்து ராத் சாயந்தரம் மட்டும் ஹரினா. அப்ப இப்ப உட்காந்து பேச முடியுமா? ஒரு காலத்துல நான் 10 மணி நேரம் மிருதங்க ஆடினேன். ஆனா இப்ப மிருதங்க அடிச்சாலே ஷோல்டர் வலிக்குது, 2 அடி அடிச்சாலே கை வலிக்குது, கொஞ்சம் பாடினாலே தொண்டை கட்டிக்குது. அதுக்குன்னு once upon a time I did that, so now I can't do that. So that doesn't mean that I shouldn't do anything else, right? So what we do? Okay, now what we are doing is we are speaking online. We are studying this Gita and Bhagavatam online. So இருக்கிறத வச்சு நம்ம எப்படி செய்ய முடியும்? Alright? அதுதான். Even a small thing that you can do. Because when Gajendra was caught by the crocodile, he became so disabled. He became so tired. He almost to give up. Then he just put the trunk and he said, Vishnu, he started to call upon Narayana. And Narayana came with Garuda. Right? He became so disabled. He was just about to give up. He said, okay, I give up. I'm going to die. Crocodile going to eat me up. Finish. And then the only thing that he had was his clear mind and the tongue to call upon him. Other than that, the whole body became disabled. So when Vishnu came, the only strength that he had, that from the trunk, he managed to take a lotus flower and start to offer when Lord Vishnu came. When Vishnu came, when he saw he's coming, he just took the lotus flower and started to offer. Narayana, please accept. Only that. And that's Gajendra Moksha. He came and cut off the head of the crocodile and he was saved. So, in whichever category that you still function, உடம்பு எந்த எதுல உடம்பு வேலை செய்யுதோ அந்த வேலை செய்யறதை வச்சுக்கிட்டு we engage in Krishna consciousness. We don't try to become, எனக்கு உடம்பு முடியல, so I cannot do this. No. You know, I'm become very invalid. My body is so pain and everything, so I cannot do the seva. Don't do that. You know, I think I need to take rest. Don't do that. Because you know why? Because your body is not going to heal. That's the rules of the nature. As we get older, our body become disintegrate. நம்ம வயசாக உடல் வந்து பிரச்சனை கொடுத்துட்டு தான் இருக்கும். Doctor will be telling, you take 1 month break, you don't do anything, just sit and sleep, eat, drink, sleep, அப்படியே இருந்துருந்தோம்னா 1 month later, you think your body will be, no, it doesn't work that way. Because as you know, from the young childhood and everything, as we get older, we are becoming frail. Our body will become more and more frail. So in whatever condition that you are in, check yourself. That's why I say journal is important. Which I can do, what service I can do. Right? So that's why he says the sadhana bhakti, the basic sadhana bhakti is to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If anything, nothing works in your body, you must chant your holy name, because holy name doesn't take much time. Even you don't need to have even a beat back with you. Even say like a padithukom, but you cannot do it. You just can just meditate on Krishna, just say Hare Krishna, because the tongue, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Suddenly your mouth not working. I mean, not you. I'm just saying, if the mouth stop functioning, your ears, your mind still active. So try to absorb. So அந்த மாதிரி சரியா? So அப்பதான் என்னன்னா, it's concluded the person who are freed from bodily concept. So the freed from bodily concept means freed from all my background, my birth, my nationality, my bodily condition. My body is not functioning. Therefore, I cannot do anything. My car is gone. காடியை பாரு அப்படி கொண்டாயமா காடை எப்படி நான் ஓட்டுறது? ஓட்டிட்டு போலாம். Not comfortable. அதெல்லாம் நினைக்கவே கூடாது. Right? So when we can come out of this place, we are eligible candidate for pure devotional service. And this is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, that after Brahman realization, when one is freed from material anxiety, because there's no other way you can free yourself from this anxiety. The material anxiety is so powerful, you cannot give up. And there's no way you can give it up other than sadhana bhakti. Okay? And this can be seen in every living entity as an equal level. He is eligible to enter into devotional service. All right? So with this, we end the session today. So now we open for a question. But before that, let's mark the book as stated. Okay. Page 32. ஐயோ ஒரு பேஜ் தான் முடிச்சிருக்கோமா? Krishna. As stated before, the three kinds of happiness. All right, the three kinds of happiness is going to be very interesting. So page 32, we're going to continue our discussion on Friday. Wow. Right, so now we open for a question. So any questions, any comment? So you understand did you understand the concept today? Why suddenly all became very quiet?
Very clear and mesmerized, Prabhu. So much
Mesmerized.
Yeah. The way you explained.
Mesmerized is
The way you explained, Prabhu, we could understand. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
okay, so very clear. So Sonia Mataji, oh, welcome Mataji. Hare Krishna. Gandhi Mataji, you got it?
Yes, Prabhu. But the four classes: distressed, need of money, inquisitive, and wise. So can it be like from wise you can go back to distressed, need of money, inquisitive again, and come back to wise? And it sometimes human mind goes haywire. So yeah, how to get yourself very focused?
Yeah,
Stay
very
wise.
good question. Very good question. Fantastic question. See, first, the four reasons that we come to devotional service, number one is because we are distressed. We want a peace of mind. All right. The distress is the situation usually the people in West became devotee. They are so much distressed. All right. They are so frustrated to see that war, Vietnam War and everything. Okay. Number two, right? Some people come to Krishna because they know Vengadachalapati is there. Krishna is one of the Vengadachalapati, so he become a devotee. All right. And number three, there's those who are what they call inquisitive. They want to know more. Okay, what is happening around me? Okay, what is that mystery behind the creation? Like scientific minded people. All right. And the fourth one is what?
Wise.
Wise. Okay. All right. The one who are wise. Okay. அப்போ வந்துட்டு என்னன்னா, as long as we are in this material world, right? Even though I can come out of the thought I am not this body, when I'm feeling hungry, I still need to go look for a food. I cannot say I am not this body, therefore I ignore my hunger. Okay. At the same time, I walk under the hot sun and I feel the scorching heat. I cannot say I'm not this body, so therefore I don't feel anything. Or you go to the snow, you go to North Pole and just being like this, wear chadar and dhoti and just walk around. You cannot do that. I'm not this body, so whatever shivering is happening to me is nothing. No. So as long as we are in this material body, Mataji, we have this kind of conditioning. We have this kind of condition. So if you are under distress and you try to come out of it is one part of your emotion. Secondly, you are seeking for money. You need money, you need to take care of children or whatever. No, you need some financial. That is another department. Okay, I should say another department of your body. All right. And number 3 is when you're inquisitive, it is also another department. But if you have, then after we pass through all the department, you come to the department of the wise. Once you come to the level of being they call inquisitive is the wise. What is another thing? There's 4 things. Oh Krishna, why am I? That means one, okay. Dhruva Maharaj wants this thing. Second is Gajendra was in distress. And Sanatana Saunaka, inquisitive. What is the next one?
Saunaka Rishi.
Yeah, what is that? What? Inquisitive is that in search of knowledge.
Brahma's
Right?
son.
Huh?
Brahma's sons were in
Yes.
the wise.
They are in seek of knowledge. All right. The sage in Naimi Sharanya was inquisitive. They want to know. They're wondering what actually happened. They're inquisitive. All right. So the one searching for knowledge is the wise. Okay. So once you come to the level of wise, okay, example, you are in distress for money. You are in distress. When your distress is taken care, you become happy. You are only in that level. Right? So, and second, if you want money, if your desire for monetary is fulfilled, that's it, you stay there. All right? And அந்த மாதிரி ஆனா if you're looking for a knowledge, if you're really looking for knowledge, like how the Kumaras, they're seeking for the truth knowledge. So once you are there, all these things are fulfilled. Okay, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, tell me why. You said okay,
maybe
you agree with me. How?
by being wise, and you will understand better why are you distressed, why how to overcome the need of money, and maybe your inquisitiveness will be answered by reading up and listening, and by being wise. I
Okay.
feel like that.
When the person is considered wise?
When he understands that his duty as a human, why he's born, and why you should go into seeking better wisdom, seeking Krishna, and and eventually when Krishna comes to us, we will understand that why are we going through all that distress, need of money, and all that. I feel like that.
Fair enough. But the thing is, when the person becomes wise, Gandhi Mataji, when the person becomes wise, anybody else can help. But Gandhi Mataji,
When he realizes the greatness of God,
you are almost there. You're almost there. Come on.
and he
Huh?
realizes that being Krishna consciousness will bring him towards that prema bhakti.
Correct. That is the next level. What is the first thing? Step 1.
Understanding Krishna consciousness.
That is all step 2, step 3 already. So what is the first step?
First step.
Anyone?
அவங்களுக்கு அந்த ஆசைகள் வராம இருக்கிறது பிரபு.
இல்ல அதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு ஆசைகள் வராம இருக்கிறதா? ஆசைகள் வராம இருக்கிறதா? மனுஷனா இருந்தா ஆசை வந்துதானே ஆகும். எது ஸ்டெப் 1?
Sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti.
நோ, அதெல்லாம் வந்து செகண்ட் ஸ்டெப், தேர்ட் ஸ்டெப். பட் முதல் ஸ்டெப் என்னது? நீங்க ஒரு ஞானியா இருக்கிறது, நீங்க ஒரு ஞானி, நீங்க ஒரு அறிவாளி. ஞானியா இருக்கிறது. இந்த வாய்ஸ் வந்து இங்கிலீஷ், பட் தமிழ் வந்து ஞானி. இன்னும் சன்ஸ்கிரிட் also we call ஞானி. ஒரு ஞானம் கிடைக்கிற ஒரு ஞானியா இருக்குது மொத படி என்ன? எப்படி ஒருத்தனை ஞானின்னு சொல்றது?
பியூரிஃபைடா இருக்குது பிரபு.
No, no, no.
Chanting.
Before the second step.
Chanting.
No, that's all second, third. What is the step one? இது நம்மளுக்கு இது புரியணும். இந்த 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 சிந்தனையில நம்ம இருக்கணும். அதான் ஸ்டெப் ஒன். என்னது?
சர்வ காரண பகவான் அனைத்துக்கும் காரணம் உணரணும் பிரபு.
சர்வ காரணம் இஸ் of course we understand கிருஷ்ணா. we understand கிருஷ்ணா புரிஞ்சிருச்சு. அவர் சர்வ காரணம் அது வேற. ஆனா படி என்ன? ஒரு ஞானியா நம்ம இருக்கோம்னா அது படி என்ன?
நான் யார்?
சொல்லுங்க.
ஸ்ரதா பிரபு.
Sraddha is faith. That's all different.
நம்ம யாருன்னு உணர்றது பிரபு.
Sorry?
நம்ம யாருன்னு உணர்றது.
ஓகே, நம்ம யாருன்னு உணர்ந்தா என்ன செய்வீங்க?
அவங்களுக்கு சேவை செய்யணும் கிருஷ்ணாக்கு.
நம்ம யாருன்னு உணர்ந்தா what is the step?
Body.
I'm not the body, I'm the soul servant of Krishna.
Yes, that's the thing. I am not this body. Atato Brahma Jignasa. I am not this body. That is the first step of understanding. சரியா? இப்ப நான் இந்த உடல் இல்ல. அப்ப நான் வந்து படிச்சேன் that Krishna, that ஞானி, the wise, is the person who always believe he is not this body. All right? When he knows he's not this body, is a spirit soul, he naturally will serve the supreme soul, super soul, Paramatma. That's first ஞானி. அது பகவத்கீதை first ஞானி realization is to seek. Okay, anyway. So, அப்போ வந்து நான் இந்த உடல் இல்ல. அப்ப நான் இந்த உடல் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டாலே, alright, we start to understand I'm not this body. Alright? Then number 2, we try to practice that by chanting, by reading, and by doing devotional service, by engaging myself into that supreme this thing. I further reinforce. Alright? நான் இந்த உடல்ல சொல்லிக்கலாம். நான் இந்த உடல்ல. ஆனா திடீர்னு பசி வந்துச்சுன்னா, நான் இந்த உடல்ல பசிக்குதுல சொல்ல முடியும். So, we still have that consciousness, right? அப்போ என்னது? We start to reinforce our belief. Okay, Gandhi Mataji. So when we start to reinforce our belief, and the reinforcement பண்ணும்போது இந்த ஆசைகள், distress, இதெல்லாமே வரும். We can get distressed. We suddenly we need money. Suddenly we are inquisitive. இவன் சரியா, அவன் சரி, என்னவா இருக்கலாம்? சரி, அந்த மதத்துல என்ன சொல்லுது? So அது இதெல்லாம் ஓடிட்டு தான் இருக்கும். Right? அப்ப வந்து நான் இந்த உடல்ல அப்ப அந்த செய்ய ஒரு லெவலுக்கு வருவோம். Okay? Once you come to that level that I'm not this body, you come to that understanding, clear understanding வந்துருச்சுன்னு வச்சுக்கோமே, அந்த நேரத்துல என்ன ஆகும்? we read just now, எல்லா விதமான ஆசைகள், all kind of material desire will be eliminated. You understand, Gandhi Mataji?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but again, I'm just saying that even when you know that you are not this body, you just see your spirit soul, அந்த பக்குவம் வரணும். அந்த
பக்குவம், right?
Yes.
அதனாலதான் இப்ப இத பாருங்க, see the thing. So can you see the screen?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So he was completely purified. Who? Dhruva Maharaj. Because he wants what he want? He want the Father's kingdom. சரியா? He want the Father's kingdom. So what happened? He start to worship. Then after that, what happened? How he did? He want that through the devotional service. Okay, he want that thing. So ஒரு ஆசைகள் நம்ம வந்து, then we start to do என்ன சொல்றது? Devotional service. So once we start to perform devotional service, then what at the end? கடைசியாக the devotional service கடைசி இறுதி என்ன நடக்கும்? Complete purification. அந்த complete purification என்ன அர்த்தம்? எப்படி complete purification என்ன அர்த்தம்? Complete purification means he will decline to accept any material benediction. சரியா? The complete purification னா எல்லா விதமான பௌதிக ஆசைகள், ஜட ஆசைகள் இல்லாம போயிடும். You got it, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
So what is the process to do that? So how to do that? By continually performing devotional service. So when we continually performing devotional service, ரைட்? நம்ம வந்து இந்த டிவோஷனல் இந்த டிவோஷனல் சர்வீஸ் நம்ம வந்து கரெக்டா நம்ம வந்து விடாம செஞ்சுட்டு இருந்தோம்னா, ஓகே, வி பெர்ஃபார்ம் த டிவோஷனல் சர்வீஸ் கரெக்டா செஞ்சுட்டு வந்தோம்னா, அப்புறம் தான் இது நடக்கும். எப்ப? இறுதியாக, at the end. Okay, you perform your devotional service, the end result is complete purification.
Purification. Okay.
So when the purification happens, you start to decline all material benediction.
Okay.
Okay, so
Understand.
until you go to that level, you have to some or other balance up.
Work on it.
Yes. So அப்ப என்னன்னா, you need the father therefore engage in devotional service. அப்ப இந்த devotional service என்ன செய்யணும்னா, நம்ம வந்துட்டு இதை வந்து நம்ம விடாம இந்த சாதன பக்தி செஞ்சுட்டே இருக்கோம். But while we are performing that, we have this kind of emotion. But now we understand from this that we are all, I mean, not me especially, but all of you are wise people. All of you are wise people. All right? So you are starting step one in wise பார்த்தோம்னா, ஒரு ஞானியை பார்த்தோம்னா, அந்த ஞானி வந்து மேபி ஸ்டார்டிங் ஃப்ரம் கிண்டர்கார்டன் லெவல் மேபி அப் டு PhD லெவல். PhDல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 10 PhD 20 PhD பல விதமா இருக்கு. ஸோ இப்போ நீங்க என்ன செய்றீங்கன்னா, யூ ஸ்டார்டிங் அட் த லெவல் 1 பீங் அ வைஸ். அப்ப நம்ம அதை விட்டுட்டு போகும்போது சே லைக் ஃபார் இன்ஸ்டன்ஸ், நம்ம வந்து கிராமத்துல இருந்து பட்டணத்துக்கு போனா கூட அந்த கிராமத்துக்கு போனா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் இருந்துதான் ஆகும். ஓகே, ஃப்ரம் த வில்லேஜ் ஐ கோ டு த டவுன், ஐ ஸ்டில் வில் ஹேவ் மை வில்லேஜ் மென்டாலிட்டி. ஓகே, from the village I come to the town and some other I see என்ன இருக்கு. First I'm surprised with all that. Okay, maybe the way I bathe, அந்த இடத்துல வாட்டர் ஹீட் அந்த ஷவர் இருக்கும், எனக்கு தண்ணியை முண்டு குடிக்கிறது தான் பிடிக்கும், அது கொஞ்சம் இருக்கும். Then slowly assimilate into the town life, you become this thing. So once நம்ம அங்க போயிட்டோம்னா, நம்ம கம்ப்ளீட்டா பட்டண வாழ்க்கையை ஏத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா கிராமத்து வாழ்க்கையை விட்டுருவோம். ஓகே, அப்ப திருப்பி கிராமத்துல போயிட்டு கிணத்துல தண்ணி எடுத்து குடிக்கணும், குடிக்க மாட்டோம். ஐயோ வேணாம், என்ன அவ்வளவு அழுக்கா இருக்கு, இவ்வளவு நாள் இதுலதான் குளிச்சிட்டு இருப்போம். ஆனா திடீர்னு அங்க போனா குளிக்க மாட்டோம். ஏன்னா நம்ம பட்டணத்து ஆளார ஆயிட்டோம். Are you following me?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Understand.
Okay, அந்த மாதிரிதான். அப்ப இப்ப வந்து நம்ம வயசு ஆயிட்டோம், நம்ம வந்து ஞானி நிலைக்கு வந்துட்டோம். இந்த ஞானி நிலையில இது நம்ம விஷயம் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம், நான் இந்த உடல் இல்ல. இன்னொன்னு நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம், நான் இந்த உடல் இல்ல. அப்ப வந்து என்னன்னா, நான் ஒரு ஆத்மா, இந்த ஆத்மாக்கும் எனக்கும் அந்த பரமாத்மாக்கும் ஒரு சம்பந்தம் இருக்கு. அப்ப என்னோட இயற்கை என்ன, நம்ம எப்பவுமே ஒரு பெரிய ஆளை பார்த்தோம்னா நம்ம சேவை செய்ய விரும்புவோம். When we see some great people, we always like to serve. Yes or not? Right?
Yes.
Suddenly say some great person come, maybe Anwar Ibrahim come to your town or to your taman, right? You definitely like to go him and he says, okay, we need somebody to serve him tea or coffee or drink. You'll volunteer, hey, can I do it? Oh, please come, right? Just for you to pour some drink and offer. You like to do that naturally. So similarly, when you find out that you are a tiny soul, but you are in relationship with a super soul, so naturally you want to serve him. Now the question is how to serve him. That's when you start to acquire knowledge, right? You start to acquire knowledge. That means you start to read all these kind of books to understand yourself and understand Krishna. Okay, your sambandha jnana, that means your relationship. You try to understand that relationship. All right, that's the second step. First, you are not the body. Second, you are a tiny, but you want to serve. That means you serve the supreme person. Right? So when you start to serve, you start to read. So when you start to read, okay, now while you are reading, you are acquiring knowledge. So now your mentality must be there. Okay, say like for instance, நான் வந்து மெடிக்கல் டிகிரி வந்து நான் காலேஜ்ல படிச்சுட்டு நான் டாக்டர் ஆக முடியாது. I need to go and do particularly வெட்டி திறந்து பொளந்து பார்க்கணும். Practical. I must know how to do it. I must know what people feel. I must see people how they feel when they pain, when they cry. வலி துடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அந்த வலியில நான் கண்ணால பார்க்கணும். அதெல்லாம் வந்து அங்க காலேஜ்லயே படிச்சுட்டு நேரா I cannot be a doctor. I must have practical experience. Right? So the practical experience is what? So to realize that your original constitutional position.
Realization, Prabhu.
Yes, your realization. How to get that realization? Your constitutional position, constitutional perlembagaan, that can never be changed. உங்களோட ஒரிஜினல் நிலை என்ன? ஒரிஜினல் நிலை என்ன? perlembagaan. அது என்ன? அந்த நிலையை நம்ம எப்படி தெரியுறது? அப்ப அந்த நிலையை வந்து அந்த ஒரிஜினல் நிலையை வந்து நிறைய விதமான அசுத்தங்கள், எல்லா விதமான dirt is covered you. இது எல்லாத்தையும் உடைச்சு விளையாக்கும். எப்படி உதாரணம்? அந்த ஒரு கண்ணாடி. ஒரு கண்ணாடியை பார்க்குறோம், அந்த கண்ணாடி ரொம்ப அழுக்கா இருக்குன்னு வச்சுப்போம். ரைட்? நீங்க சும்மா தண்ணி போட்டு தொடச்சீங்கன்னா, அந்த அழுக்கு இன்னும் திக்காயிரும். அழுக்கு மேல ஒட்டி, ஒட்டி, ஒட்டி அது ரொம்ப திக்கா இருக்காது. துடைக்கவே முடியாது. அப்ப நம்ம ஸ்ட்ராங் டிட்டர்ஜென்ட், ஸ்ட்ராங்கான ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு மருந்து அடிச்சு, நம்ம அத கழுவ பார்க்கிறோம். சோ அத கழுவுறதுக்கு என்ன வழி? நம்ம வந்து ஞானத்த எடுத்துக்கிட்டே, நம்ம அத பிராக்டிஸ் பண்றது என்ன? பை சாண்டிங் ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. சோ வி ஆல் ஸ்டார்ட் சாண்டிங் ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. சோ இப்ப ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா சாண்ட் பண்றது எவ்வளவு? 16 போதுமா? இப்ப குருமார்கள் என்ன சொன்னாங்க? மினிமம் 16ன்றாங்க. மினிமம் 16னா 16க்கு மேல செய்யணும்னு அர்த்தம். ஆல்ரைட்? அப்ப 16. அப்ப இப்ப பரவால்ல. இப்ப நான் என்ன செய்றேன்? முதல்ல முக்கி, முக்கி, முக்கி 16 செஞ்சிடுறேன். ஃபெயின் எனஃப். முக்கிக்கிட்டு 16 செய்றேன். ஆனா 16லயே உட்கார்ந்துராதீங்க. ஆல்ரைட்? அப்ப நம்ம கூட 14ல இருந்து என்ன செய்வோம்? 20 செய்றோம். 20ல 24 செய்றோம். 20ல 30 செய்றோம். 30ல 35 செய்றோம். எல்லாம் அப்படித்தானே முன்னேறிட்டு வந்தாங்க. ஆல் ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப். Then ultimately they come to the level of 64. So, where is that Mataji? Is she around? She's not here. Oh, Nandani Mataji. Okay, she's there. You know, Mataji, அன்னைக்கு நீங்க பேசும்போது I was just thinking, you know, I was just contemplating. You said you chant 64 rounds and அந்த chanting முடிச்ச கையோட you can't even sleep at night because your mind is keep reeling. Yes or not, Mataji? You know, you feel like
Yes.
not talk to anybody. You know, you feel like so satisfied. Don't feel like watching TV. Don't feel like reading newspaper. You know, Amalia.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you feel so satisfied, right? And
Oh,
your chanting 64 rounds take you somewhere around 4 to 5 hours, right?
yes, yes,
All right. I was just thinking of this, you know. What happen if a person can chant 24 hours? எப்படி இருக்கும்?
yes. Your mind will never get distracted. You'll be so peaceful.
Exactly. Because that day
Ah,
Prabhupada said, you must chant 24 hours. I was wondering, you know, 24 hours. Then I was just contemplating, you know, because இப்ப வந்து இப்ப நான் வந்து மேபி கொஞ்ச நாள் நீங்க இருக்கிற அவசியம் மேபி அந்த மாதிரி ஃபீலிங்லாம் இருக்கலாம். பட் நீங்களா வந்து லைக் நியூவா வரும் 64 ரவுண்ட் செஞ்சு இப்படி இந்த மாதிரி இம்பாக்ட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா இமேஜின் இஃப் யூ கேன் டூ 192 ரவுண்ட்ஸ் 300,000 நேம்ஸ் 3 lakh 64 is 1 lakh. Imagine Haridas Thakur chanting 3 lakhs 192 rounds. You know, he chant 20 hours, sleep 4 hours. Phew. இந்த மாதிரி நான் இப்படி ஒரு 64K இந்த தமிழ் அதறதுன்றாங்களே. ஆனா அதே 24 hours சான் பண்ணா எப்படி இருக்கும்?
it'll be beautiful, Prabhu. But again, we are all caught in this commitments.
இல்ல அந்த கமிட்மெண்ட் சைடுல இருக்கட்டும். மேபி தி எக்ஸைட்மென்ட் யூ கான்ட் டேக் இட்.
Oh,
ரொம்ப ஓவரா எக்ஸைட்டட் ஆயிரும், ரைட்?
yes, that's true.
பட் டிசையர்.
May end up sleeping.
Huh?
May not even end up sleeping.
Exactly. You'll come to insomnia, right? You end
Yes,
up not sleeping. But you'll be like
correct.
zombie. But by being a zombie also, you feel like ecstatic, you know? Because I remember Aindra Prabhu, you look at his face, his eyes like this, you know.
Yes.
Like a zombie மாதிரி, you know. நான் நினைக்கிறேன் ஏன் அவர் இப்படி இருக்காரு சான் பண்ணும்போது. Then I realized because he chant 120 rounds every day, you know. He chant 120 rounds and after that he just go on doing kirtan. His job chant 120 rounds, do kirtan. Sometimes forget to sleep, sometimes forget to eat and very. Upon the ecstatic feeling, you know, it's unbelievable. Okay, maybe we should try. We should try 120 rounds, see how it feels. So அது மாதிரி. So அப்ப வந்து என்னன்னா அப்ப வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ecstatic feeling இதெல்லாம் வந்தோடனே so I'm purifying my mind, my intelligence by chanting Hare Krishna, by studying this book and try to apply, right? Because now they say no, I have to be as humble as a grass, as tolerant as a tree. Theoretically we study, yes, okay, in order for you to chant a pure Suddha Nam, pure name, you have to be as humble as a grass. யாராவது நம்ம தலையை மிதிச்சா கூட நம்ம அதை ஏத்திக்கிட்டு போகணும். நம்ம ஏட்டிக்கு போட்டு நிற்க கூடாது. யாராவது நம்மள வந்து அப்புறம் வந்து டாலரண்ட், அதாவது நம்மள வந்து மட்டமா பேசினாலும் நீ அது நீ இது முட்டாள் என்ன சொன்னாலும் சரி, we just could able to tolerate. Even is not here because on the verse one I shared with him I couldn't find. I hope I can find, because Srimad Bhagavatam it says, therefore whoever desire program, அந்த இதுல இந்த ஸ்ரீமத் பாகவதம் இஸ் மென்ஷன். நான் அதை மார்க் பண்ணேன், ஆனா எங்கேயோ மார்க் பண்ணிட்டேன் அந்த இடத்த. therefore friend religion do not even remain here in area when a person can be understood. This one here. It's nicely set here. நம்ம தேடும் போது கிடைக்காது. நான் வேணும்னு சொல்லி எல்லாத்தையும் மார்க் பண்ணேன். Okay, I can't find it. Anyway, I will share in the group. Right? So அந்த இதுல வந்துட்டு போட்டிருக்கு. The humility, tolerance, forbearing, இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு is a qualification of a pure devotee. Right? So இதெல்லாம் வந்து தியோரிக்கா படிச்சுக்கலாம். ஆனா நேரடியா சம்பவம் நடந்துச்சுன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்? When people come and tell, something, hey, you can't take it. We can't take it. We get angry. No, we will retaliate. Okay, that's nature. Because நம்ம தியோரியா தான் படிச்சிருப்போம். ஆனா அந்த தியோரியை வந்து பிராக்டிக்கலா செய்யறதுக்கு அது இந்த பக்திய செயல்பட வைக்கிறதுக்கு to execute devotional service, you need to chant Hare Krishna mantra, because Hare Krishna mantra can make you sober, dhira. If not, we are adhira. So the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra can make you very sober. Romba sober ஆக்கிரும், that you could practice, you could execute pure devotional service. அதுக்கு நம்ம chanting தான் முக்கியம். Right? நம்ம வந்து தியோரியா இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு இதெல்லாம் தெரியணும். ரைட்? ஓகே, இப்போ நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும். நான் வந்து இப்போ இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கிறேன். இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கிறதுக்கு வந்துட்டு எனக்கு இந்த கோர்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வேணும். ஆனா அது செயல்படுத்துறதுக்கு என்ன வேணும்? டு எக்ஸிக்யூட் தட். அதனாலதான் டு எக்ஸிக்யூட் டிவோஷனல் சர்வீஸ் அக்கார்டிங் டு வாட் வி ஹவ் லேர்ன்ட் இன் நெக்டார் ஆஃப் டிவோஷன், ஸ்ரீமத் பாகவதம், இதெல்லாம் நம்ம பின்படுத்துறதுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு சாண்டிங் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஆனா 16 பத்தாது. Because the more you chant, I'm not this body. Because you become so sober. Whether people tell you whatever words, you are fool, you are idiot, whatever, just say whatever you're going to say lah. You could able to tolerate. So when you chant more and more and reading more and more, you stop doing aparat. Whatever situation happening around us in ISKCON, sometimes there's a lot of issues happening. We just can't be bothered. We could tolerate it. It's okay. All because we understand everything happened by the will of Krishna. Nothing happened by all this thing. So அந்த மாதிரி சோபரா ஆகிறதுக்கு இந்த chanting is important. சரியா? So it's already 11:10. So with that we end the session today. Today is such a nice discussion. இது actually நான் வந்து ஏன்னா the Zoomல வந்து I only can see my face. So actually I'm telling myself இதெல்லாம் நீ பயன்படுத்துது. So anyway, thank you so much for everyone to come and join our session here. இன்னைக்கு வந்து only 1.5 page தான் படிச்சோம், but it took us almost 2 hours because it's a very important topic. We meet again on Friday, same time. Okay, till then, have a wonderful day. Pancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyavacha paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nectar of devotion ki jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Gauranga.
Thank you, Prabhu.